Hi Aquarius, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, here for your September 2016 monthly tarot reading. So just a couple disclosures. This video is going to be very dark. I wanted to be outside and the lighting's not great, so please feel free to complain. I know it's dark. And I'm at my parents' camp, and there are a lot of Canada geese and seagulls squawking, so I've asked them to keep it down. All right. Nice card to have right smack in the middle. Ten of Swords. Um, sort of joking, but no, that's okay. Don't fear the Ten of Swords because you have these beautiful, actually really beautiful cards around it. So it's kind of like, for some of you, rock bottom has come and there's only one way to go. So that's always the good news about the Ten of Swords. At the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. And his energy is very logical. He's like the Vulcan of the tarot. He's the Spock of the tarot. He's going to just want facts. He's not really good with emotions. They don't really compute with him. He wants facts and data and the truth, and that's sort of how that's his compass that he uses to navigate through his world. So it's a good energy. It's an underlying energy for you guys. It's your energy, the Aquarius energy. And so underlying the issue, it's this is always going to be underlying sort of any of your readings, but because this is just your type of energy. But I kind of feel like you're trying to balance. I'm just getting the feeling, though, it's like you're sort of breaking a little bit away from that this month. I'm briefly looking at the cards here. You have some cups cards on the table and a couple major arcana that are really action cards that have a little bit more. They're thoughtful, but they might have a little more passion behind them than sort of your average everyday feelings about how the typical stereotypical Aquarius person tends to navigate. So, and I think that's probably because of this Ten of Swords. It's like you're just done with something. You're done thinking about something. It's run its course and then some, beating a dead horse. You're done. You feel stabbed in the back. You're on the ground. You're an air sign. This got this person just trapped on the ground, and it's not a place that you want to be. And so the realization that comes with this card is that something is done. It's over. You refuse to live this way anymore. You refuse to look at something this way or to think about something. It's just like, it would be like thinking about a past situation and just be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm letting it go. There's nothing I can do about it. This is the way it's been, or I'm not arguing with this person anymore. It's just a constant cycle of the same thing over and over again. And it's exhausting. I'm done. I'm just not going in there anymore. So it's a really powerful decision when you get to that point, because think of all the time and energy wasted in a scene like that. So you're moving on, you're done with it, and that's it. And you have the power of the Magician on the top of the spread. So I think you've been motivated by that situation to move forward and manifest new things in your life. It's just like, I'm not going back there. And what a waste of time and energy that was. I'm going to focus my energy on something important and positive and where I want to put my energy. And that really goes beautifully with the Chariot, because the Chariot, you could either be, be sitting up here and say the horses take off. You could just be hanging on for dear life, and horses are herd animals, so they're very reactionary. They hear a sound and they get spooked and they run because that's their fight or flight. They're flight animals really, and they're going to try to get away from any sort of danger and just react to things. Um, the idea of the guy in the chariot is he's taking the reins and he's going to steer these horses where he wants to go. He's taking action. He's not reacting to things as they come into focus in his life. He's going to make a plan. He's taking charge, and he is steering his life where he wants it to go. So I think maybe for some of you, you had been sort of gotten yourself in a situation where you're in a relationship or in a job or in some sort of situation where it's just gotten completely sort of out of hand and out of control, to the point where you're like, how did I even, looking back, you're like, how did I even get into that situation? Like, I can't believe I was in that and I wasted all that time and energy, and it's like, it's not happening again. But it's motivated you. It's like once you have that realization, you're like, done. I'm moving forward, and I'm going to be unwavering in where I'm going now. I will never go back. I will never compromise in that way again. It's like lesson learned. Check the box. I will never go there again. So there's a really big lesson learned for you guys. And things are coming back because of this. You're bringing things back into balance. Sort of learning where to give, where to take, to be careful not to sway one, to get for these scales to get too out of balance, not to let someone take too much or not to take too much from other people. So for some of you, maybe you were in a situation where someone was, or some situation was taking much more from you than you were getting out of it. And for some of you, it could be that you were like, you know what, you win. Here, take my swords. I don't give a shit anymore. Just take my swords. I'm out. I'm done. Screw you, mic drop. Out of here. Like, taking a loss, it's not a loss, because in the long run, freeing yourself from the situation is all that matters. So it's really interesting. It's like, so in one area of your life, there was a need to really take charge and remove yourself and make some real thoughtful plans. Over here, though, it's like you're sort of been moving a little slower on this side. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and he's a very successful knight. He brings about the changes he wants to make. But in one part, you were like getting in the car and taking off. You knew where you were going, but you were like out of there, like squealing tires, never looking back. Here, this energy is more of a very slow, thoughtful, methodical, been planning this for years type energy, gathering your resources, putting, everything into place. And it's really beautiful because you have the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, and it maybe could take getting out of the situation or having this situation to make you either more receptive to things. We do have this being able to receive or open yourself up. Or you had to some cases, get rid of a relationship that was terrible. But whatever you're doing is making the way. And you've been laying, again, this groundwork for a really long time, but making the way for this beautiful Ace of Cups, this offering of love from the universe. Your cup is spilling over. So you're setting yourself up for a really positive, beautiful, emotional beginning. So to go from here to here is lovely. And for some of you, we have the Wish card and then the Six of Cups. For some of you, you may be having children. The wish card, lovely positive card. Just make sure, the only caution with this when this card comes up is to make sure that, our wishes aren't always manifested in exactly, I mean, I guess the law of attractions, like, I want a BMW, I don't even know the names of it, X3 blue. You're supposed to be like ridiculously specific. Well, just be careful that if your father gives you, he has something wrong with his eyes or something and can't drive anymore and gives you his 2-year-old really nice Toyota, that you don't miss the fact that you were given a car. You got a relatively new car. You know what I mean? If you wanted, but I wanted a 2016, blah, 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 blah. So just make sure that your wish may be being granted, but just not in exactly the way you want it to. So gratitude, and really be open for all the positive things that come into your life. And this is kind of interesting. So the Six of Cups is a sweet, sweet card, reminding you to smell the roses, to simplify, to really notice the sort of the magic around you. She's looking at, it almost looks like fairies, or it almost looks like dandelion seeds, but it's lit up almost like fairies, and she's noticing the magic all around her. So I feel like this is a card of after you've maybe have gone through something like the Ten of Swords, is to really remember to simplify, get your priorities in order. What's most important? Well, I mean, arguably, this beautiful energy here, to really appreciate what wishes are coming true, and keep it simple from here on out. Don't let things get too complicated and out of control if you can help it. Use that wisdom of that Ten of Swords situation that you may have gone through, and make sure that you take precautions not to slip back into a situation like that. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really nice month, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.